Hi guys, Archie Luxury channel. And today guys, I want to do a paid review. This is a paid review for Johnny from Greece. Hi Archie, and before I do that, I want to do a quick wristwatch check today. Fuckaroonies! I'm wearing my Breitling Super Ocean Heritage 2. This is the one with the in-house Tudor movement. It's got the ceramic bezel. This is volcano black. And you can tell it's the 2 by the hands. The hands are a little bit more beefy fuckers. Beefy fuckers. Now, let's go into Johnny from Greece's paid review. Okay. Hello from Greece. Call me Johnny if you decide to make a video. I'm a big fan of the channel. You are doing a great job helping us find value for money in watches and also great entertainer. I am sending you $20 US via PayPal, but more questions will come in the future. Today, I want to ask your advice on the following. My father turned 70 this year and I want to buy him a nice watch. The criteria are, it has to be a used Rolex, a classic design. Small diameter is not a problem. Budget is around 3,000 to 3,500 euro. A watch that is not too fragile, vintage, old, but robust for everyday use. Are these older watches waterproof? Which Rolex references should I look for? And what is particularly important to be careful of for that suggested model? I can buy it in Europe, but also Singapore. Is there a retailer you know? Are the prices any better? Thanks a lot for your help, and I hope you manage to stay on YouTube so you don't have to find a fucking job. Greetings, Johnny. Thank you so much, Johnny. Johnny, we share a lot in common there. My father is 69. He's turning 70 at Christmas. So, unfortunately, I'm not fucking buying him a Rolex. No. I actually bought a Rolex for him a number of years ago. I actually owed him money. He came to see me one day and to remind me about the loan. And he said, hey, that's a nice Rolex you got on there. And I said, oh, you like it? And we did a deal. So we reduced what I owed him and I got rid of the debt and he got a Rolex. What Rolex did he pick? What Rolex did he choose? I can tell you that now. A Rolex Datejust. That's right, a Datejust. It's a 16234. Now, I got to tell you the truth there. This is a very good question. What watch do you give your father? And I got to say to you, these guys, they came from an era when watches were fucking small. My father's previous Omega was a men's watch he bought in the early 90s. It was a Seamaster. When Omega put Seamaster on fucking everything. And it was 30 mils. It was midget size. But back then, size wasn't an issue. No one measured the size. It was performance that mattered. And I got to tell you, so your dad's coming from a different era, which is great because you can buy a really nice watch. Great bang per buck. The model that comes to mind is Rolex Datejust. So what would I get? Well, you're going to find there's a few different price marks. I would say you've got 1970s Rolex. They would be a 1601, 1603. These would be non-quickset. They use the 1570 movement, 1530 movement. Fuck, which movement do they use? I think they use the 1570. They're a non-quickset. It's the same movement that was used in the Submariner. Really great watch, non-quickset. They are waterproof, but anything that old, I probably wouldn't be taking into water. They're a good watch, but nice examples are getting, you're going to pay a little bit more. If you're going to buy a 70s Rolex, make sure it's as good. Get the best example you can. I'd probably go for the sweet spot, which is 1980s. The 1980s, I would look at a steel Datejust or a steel Datejust with a white gold bezel or a two-tone. So the reference numbers for that, they would be something like a 16014. That's for the steel with the white gold bezel. You could get a 16013, which signifies that's the two-tone, steel and gold. They're quite good. They are quick set, but they are plastic glass. Plastic glass. That's the sapphire. The crystal is actually plastic. Some people, older people like my father, when you give him something that's a watch, he always does that with his fucking teeth. He doesn't realize the plastic ones in sports Rolexes are worth a lot more. But hey, he's the expert. He's 70 years old. A cantankerous fucker. That's right, a cantankerous fucker. So that leaves us to the real sweet spot. I'd probably get your father a sapphire crystal Datejust. I would look at models like a 16234. That's the steel with white gold bezel. You could get a 16233. That's two-tone. You could also get something like a 16200, which is steel with a smooth steel bezel. 16220 would be a steel watch with a engine-turned steel bezel. So there's a couple of varieties there indeed. I would say with your dad, probably papers doesn't really matter if you can get the price down. You want something that is looking crisp and minty. I would highly recommend, if you buy any of these watches and you don't know the service history, not that that's a terrible thing, get it serviced by an independent Rolex specialist, because I gave, my father, he fucking wears that watch everywhere. He's even cleaning out the pool filter, squirting water everywhere. Oh yeah, watch is on. I thought, oh fuck. And sometimes whenever I see him, I always make sure the crown is screwed in, because they're just not fucking careful, these old geezers. So that's the best advice I can give you there. I remember years ago I sold my stepmom a steel Datejust, a 69174. That's the women's equivalent of the 16234. And she never fucking, I don't know how the fucking crown came out, but it came out and she went swimming in salt water and really fucked it up. Cost me a fucking fortune. I mean, what do you fucking say to someone who is so fucking stupid? That's the question. That really is the question. And I spent about $1,000 of my own money getting this fucking thing fixed because she fucked it badly. And I gotta be honest with you, it was a disaster, an absolute disaster. I would say, look, the thing is this. Whatever you buy, make sure you get it pressure checked. Make sure this. If you're giving it to your father every year at his birthday, say to him, I'll get it pressure tested for you, because these old bastards, they take these things in. Oh, it's a Rolex. It can go in water. They're a Rolex, And like my father, he had a Seamaster. And I remember saying, I don't think they're waterproof, Dad. Oh no, it says Seamaster. They master the seas. What sort of master of the seas can't go in the water? I thought, oh, okay. Many years later, sure enough, it wasn't waterproof, and it, you know how the dial was badly discovered. It's just a disaster. I fucking told him, but he knew better. Dad knows best. So my best advice to you is, if you give him a watch, I would seriously say to you, every birthday, get the fucking thing pressure tested for him. Because these old geezers, they're just fucking not careful. They don't realize it. I think it's a great gift to give. And the best thing is, too, is that you could probably score it back once he leaves this earth. I've been to a few funerals lately, and I gotta tell you, people don't live forever. And if he's turning 70, hey, there's a good chance you'll get it in the next 20 years. So, it's always, I always find it's a very good idea when you give a watch as a gift, whether it's a woman or a man or anything, you just put a business card in there. And on the back of it, you put there, this watch to be returned to, put your name, in the event of the owner's death. And that way there, you can always score it in the inheritance. That's always a good idea. And you could always make up some bullshit that your dad owed you money and you took it as collateral. Just, whatever. If he's in the ground, he ain't going to fucking argue, is he? So my best advice for you, Rolex Datejust. I reckon Datejust is a great watch. I'd probably go 16-2-3-4, and I would probably go no holes case. In the early 90s, they changed, I think about 93, X serial number, I think it was. They changed over to a no holes case, which is just a little bit smarter. I think the no holes case would just a little bit more elegant. That's what I would choose. So good luck with that. Thank you so much for asking the Pontiff. I'm Paul Pluta. This is the Paul Pluta channel. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, and don't forget to put a few really nasty comments down below.